Hi everybody and welcome to this week's episode of Sketch to See. As you can see, we are currently not on the boat, but we are back in China. Stay tuned to figure out exactly why we're in this current situation. About 2 weeks ago, Jamie and I ended up leaving the boat. And this was kind of for our own personal reasons. We wanted to go to Japan. Our delivery date keeps getting pushed a little bit. Through no fault of HH on some part of it, we're waiting on government approval to actually leave China. And this is not as easy as you would think because all of our registration, absolutely everything has to be 100% before we can even submit the application. That application can take up to 15 working days or 3 weeks. So even though we managed to get our MGN 280 cert, and that was done so long ago that we actually got the full RENA commercial certification done in the meantime while we're still waiting on MSA approval to leave China. So as this gets pushed further and further, Jamie has always wanted to go to Japan. So we were initially sailing to Japan to meet our container, but we were going to spend at least about a month there. And that is kind of not panning out to be exactly how we wanted. We're not going to have as much time as we wanted to spend there because Jamie has to go back to North America and the Caribbean for personal reasons the first week in September anyway. So as we keep getting pushed further and further out, our time in Japan got shorter. So we made a decision in 24 hours. We were on a plane, flew to Japan. We were in Japan for 8 days. That was a great trip. And please let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video. I definitely have enough footage. Everything kind of just worked really well. And it was a great break from boat life in a shipping channel in China. Yeah, there's so much going on here. But where HH is with the boat right now, let me tell you that. So right before we left, there was a punch list that probably had around 238 items on that list. And we just reviewed it with Garth yesterday. And that list is down to about 12 items that are conditional acceptance items. We're pretty much okay with everything on the list, and a few of them might actually come off of the list in the next day or two. But the most important thing is that it's not 238 items that we're worried about, and nothing is actually critical to the function of the vessel whatsoever. One of the reasons we actually decided to leave the boat was for mutually beneficial reasons, like HH could actually bring more crew on the boat. Previously, we were planning on doing it by going room by room, and once we accept a room, we close the door, we sign off on it, that's it. No more work is done in that room, done process. And that would mean that a small team of individual craftsmen would come to the vessel every day, and that could be between 4 and 6. And that way we could actually still live on the boat. We could still get our work done and do everything else that we needed to do. With the list being 238 items, we quickly realized that that was probably not the most effective way to get the boat finished, partially because of weather, and it's difficult to ferry just 6 people back and forth on a bad day. But if the weather was great, why not bring 40 people to finish the boat? So that was kind of one of the motivating factors, and that is definitely what ended up happening. So we had a great time in Japan. HH got a ton of work done. So long story short, we haven't actually taken possession of the boat yet. That's anticipated to happen tomorrow, if all goes well, and we can agree to these last few items that are on the list. So tomorrow we're actually going back to the boat, and I'm meeting with Garth and the rest of the management at HH to walk through these various items that are still remaining. And once we come to a mutual agreement, we will conditionally accept the boat. And I will do a whole video on what conditional acceptance is. I'm not going to get too far into that right now. But basically, we accept the boat with the flaws, and they're already documented and registered. That at least gives us the opportunity to leave China. Trying to keep a positive light. I hope all goes well. Tomorrow you'll see that obviously in an upcoming video, what actually happened. And we could be out of China as soon as 4 days from now, if everything goes well. Fingers crossed. So all in all, Jamie and I are just a little bit frustrated and we feel displaced. Like, I've lived in China for 6 months this year. It's been a whole experience on its own. And that's why, again, I'm filming from a hotel room where the curtains are jammed, the lights, all of my gear is still on the boat. But it's been a process. And thank you guys all for commenting on the hair. Another one of our crew members had a home haircut that didn't go so well, so we all decided to do this in solidarity. Didn't actually get one bad comment on in the YouTube comments. The only negative comment I got was from my best friend Adam Peterson back home, who will not be named. Adam Peterson. Not a permanent thing, but sometimes when you get a little bored in the shipping channel in China on a boat at night, this is kind of just what happens. So where are we from? Yes. So where do we go from here? Yeah, I don't know if I've really shared any of our cruising plans, but as the season's changing, our time in Japan is getting more and more limited. So I will share this process with you in a future video. But for now, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share our channel. We'd really appreciate it. One small click from you goes a long way for us. And if you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And if you have any questions or just want to talk about boats, please feel free to reach out to me at sketchtosea@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.